You're tuning in to Felly's Fishbowl, a marketing podcast for the entrepreneur that wants to create a feel-good business model. On this show, you'll be given the permission slip you've been missing to make that change and start building the business you originally dreamed about. Stick around for solo and interview episodes talking all things content creation and marketing. Sound good to you? Let's dive in. Hello, and welcome back to another episode of Felly's Fishbowl. This week we are talking about the thing that I want my agency to be known for. It's a little funny coming off of last week's episode where I'm talking about known for topics, but for sure I have my own known for topics, and I have different ones, obviously, based on if I'm talking about my mentorship or if I'm talking about my agency. When it comes to my agency, I would say the three known for topics I have is building an omnipresence through content repurposing. Content repurposing is not copy pasting, and your content intention is everything. What is content intention? Simplified, it is the intention you have for your content. What I mean by this is you have a reason that you're posting on each platform. You have a reason that you're posting each piece of content. And to achieve the desired outcome, you need to follow through on your intention. I recently put a post out calling out people who just use their show notes as their copy paste blog strategy, and it doesn't work like that. You cannot use show notes as a blog because the whole point of a blog is to educate your audience and to get that SEO traffic. You're not going to rank for SEO on Google if all you're doing is putting your bullet point show notes into a blog post and calling it a day. Like, that's not enough to rank. That's not enough to gain any traction from any search engine platform. Sure, it's a good link tree method of using your blog posts for your podcast, but that's not the intention of your blog. The intention of your blog is to educate and gain traffic. The same thing can be said about all your platforms. The reason you're sending emails, the reason you're posting on social media, the reason you're creating all of these TikTok videos, the reason you're recording podcast episodes, right? You have an intention for each section of your marketing strategy, and without keeping that intention in mind, the desired results will not be met. So the way it works with Felly Day VA, when you come onto the agency, we have a pretty in-depth onboarding questionnaire, and the whole point is to demystify basically the intention of your content over the next 3 months so that we can create the content for you that produces the desired results. Some people are looking to generate leads, some people are looking to nurture, educate, or sell. There's no wrong answer and there's no wrong intention for your content, but we need to be aware of what your intention is in order to match it. So for example, and like a big reason why, if you wanted to generate leads, you're going to put out maybe more quote graphics, more generalized content that can hook a wider audience in to bring them into your space. For example, if I wanted to say 3 ways to create a standout podcast, it's clickbaity in that it grabs people in and instantly hooks you, but also you can deliver on that promise within the content very easily by listing 3 ways. But it's also broad enough that it doesn't cancel out half the internet, which is what you want to do when you're creating nurture content or selling content, right? You want to speak directly to your exact audience. So if you were then going to work on selling, instead of 3 types of content to create for your podcast, you're going to say 3 types of content that help sell your service as a business coach. Like, it's so much more pointed and directed that it positions you as that immediate authority, and you know what you're talking about when you're talking to the business coaches and helping them with their podcasts. It took the intention of your content from generating leads and getting anyone who's interested in podcasting and creating their own podcast and focused it on speaking directly to your ideal client with the intention of selling your management package or your VIP day, right? So, this is what I mean on how knowing the intention can change the entire piece of content. In some ways, it really comes down to the hook that we'll use at the start and the call to action we'll use at the end, but it's so much more than that because when it comes to the analytical or storytelling or the emotions that we hit on, it touches on the different point in the buyer's journey that your client is at, whether they are brand new to you and getting to know you, whether they know you and you're building that trust, or whether they trust you and you're getting them ready to buy. If you're not sure of your intentions right now around the content that you're creating or the platforms you're using, I want you to ask yourself these two questions. Why are you putting out this post? What is it doing in the grand scheme of things to further your business or further your marketing efforts, right? You're not just putting out posts because you need to post. We don't do that around here. You're putting out this post for a specific reason: generate leads, nurture your audience, and educate them, or to sell. So, why are you putting out this post? The second question, when you're looking through your content, is does the call to action reflect that? Are you encouraging your audience to take the actions that you want them to take, right? Like I said at the beginning, if you follow the intention, it will yield the desired results. And that's why the call to action in your content is so important because to meet the intention, you also need to give them a little nudge. It's all fine and dandy to let your audience know that you have an offer, but you also need to encourage them to go to your website or download your service guide or DM you to start the conversation or comment a word if you want to make it interactive and start the conversation yourself. Inside my agency, I have seen amazing results by following the content intention for our clients because it goes from creating this generic content of repurposed, I just took what you said and rewrote it or put it in a different format for a new platform, to I took what you said and made it applicable for the point in your selling journey that you're at or for the point in the buyer's journey that you're focusing on. And it's something that I don't hear enough people talking about. I can't say that I know other content repurposers or even content creators that are asking you like what the intention of your content is or making it part of their marketing strategy to highlight this. And this is what makes us stand out at Felly Day VA because we are so focused on creating content that yields the desired results for you. Not all of our clients are in a selling phase. Some people are working to build a community, and that's amazing. Community is amazing. If you have a hot as fuck community, then when you're ready to sell, it'll be so much easier to shift the content to asking for the sale. But right now, you're still putting out content and being consistent. You just have a different intention for it that's working towards the greater picture in your business as a whole. I know this might be a little bit of a polarizing opinion, and it's something you may not have come across before. And I would love to hear your answer on that. I believe in the show notes, there's the option to send me a voice note either asking me a question or even just sharing like what you liked about the podcast. I would love to hear it. If you're ready to start having repurposed content that delivers on the desired results you're looking for from your content marketing strategy, you know where to find us. In the show notes, our service guide is there. You can always head to our website and fill out the application to apply to work with us. And I'm more than happy to answer any questions you have over on Instagram at Felly Day VA to see how we can help you with your content intention and your content repurposing strategy. That's all I have for you today. I'll be back next week with another action-packed episode all about video repurposing. And that's all I have for you on this episode of Felly's Fishbowl. If you enjoyed listening, please leave a review, rate, subscribe, whatever it is that your listening platform asks you to do for the shows that you love. Yes, I winked when I said that. If you head down to our show notes, you'll be able to check out our service guide and see a little bit more what it's like to work with Felly Day VA. You can also follow us on Instagram at Felly Day VA and Felly's Fishbowl. And please, if you listened and want to share it, tag us. I love to know who's listening and learning along with the show. And we will chat soon.